The almost continuous applause grows now for yet another runner coming in. One from Central Africa came in a moment ago. Runners from around the world. It's almost a symbolic thing as they enter the stadium here. Here comes another one. Listen to the applause. Just listen for a moment. The man hardly running at all. See? That's the man they're cheering on now. Slowed almost to a walk. Yet another runner outside the stadium. It's getting close to dark. See the glow of the headlights, of course. A wonderful scene. The man inside the stadium is Abdullah Ahmed of Somalia. And so the story continues, and remember, the evening is only beginning. Okay. Boy, this is fantastic here now. This guy stopped, and now he's walking again. We identified this guy. Abdullah Ahmed. Right run. We'll get another one like that. Back again at the Memorial Coliseum, and this story continues to grow. Yet another runner coming in. Try to get his number as he goes by us. Putting his hat back on, a little visor. The further he gets around, the more the cheers will grow. Marlon Williams of the Virgin Islands. I'm sure there aren't this many people in the town where he lives. Seiko, Japan, by the way, finished 14th in the Olympic marathon. One of the favorites, remember. He was right up there till near the end. Some of the foreign press during these games have been writing about the American crowd and their, quote, nationalistic, unquote, approach to things. Listen to this. Part of it now for Mambalawa of Malawi. Again, if you've just joined us, still to come, another closing ceremony, a production that I think will dazzle you as much as the one at the opening ceremony, and then the moving farewell to the athletes themselves. And all the athletes will be on the field. The athlete coming to the finish line has lost a shoe. He's finishing on one shoe. Marlon Williams of the Virgin Islands, on a single shoe, has done it. There he is. And he still is not the last one to come into the stadium. 72 runners have now finished out of more than 100 who started the race. Of course, all of them will not finish. So, we're going to be here for a while yet, and I certainly hope you're planning to be with us, because this is really the climax of the whole thing. The last two Olympics, one in the winter, one in the summer now. That's Dieudonne Lamotte of Haiti, runner number 984. Running out the last lap, and one that he'll remember for a lifetime, the time he ran in the Olympic Marathon in Los Angeles and finished the course. And 100,000 people showed their appreciation. Closing ceremony very soon. There can't be too many runners out on the course yet. The look from overhead is darkness soon will begin to close in on the Los Angeles area. The lights glow and the evening goes on.
This is a live shot from a helicopter high over the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, where in just a matter of moments now we'll be getting the closing ceremonies underway. It is a beautiful night in Los Angeles. The anticipation of the closing ceremonies, of course, very high. David Wolper put on a tremendous production for the opening ceremonies and has promised even more this evening. We'd like to remind you that 10 o'clock tomorrow night, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, we'll be bringing you highlights of these games, and there have been so many over the past couple of weeks. And once again, we are about ready to get the closing ceremonies underway. Let's go now to Jim McKay. He's at the Coliseum with Peter Jennings.
Yes, there he is, Carlos Lopes of Portugal at age 37, the gold medalist in the Olympic marathon, running in only the third marathon of his life. It will be a big night in his hometown in Portugal. Peter, you've been through there.
Well, indeed, Jimmy. In fact, I was just looking the temperature guides up. He comes from that part of Portugal which is very cold in the north at this time of the year. He certainly had no trouble with this temperature in Los Angeles.
It's the first gold medal of these games for Portugal.
Winner of the silver medal, representing Ireland, Olympic champion John Treacy.
And that is the first medal of any kind for Ireland in these games. John Treacy from Waterford County, where the crystal comes from. Juan Antonio Samaran, the president of the IOC, giving him his silver medal. That's Primo Nebbiolo, the president of the International Athletic Amateur Federation, giving him the flowers. John Treacy, with a fine Irish face there.
Médaille de bronze, représentant la Grande-Bretagne.
The winner of the bronze medal, representing Great Britain, Charles Spedding.
Charles Spedding, 32 years old. He's won the last two marathons he was in, Houston and London. Now the bronze medal, Ireland and England.
There's something very moving about this on this stage, Jim. We talked at the opening ceremonies about how athletics bring people together. There is terrible violence today in Northern Ireland involving in cases of the British troops and the Northern Ireland population. And here are the Brit and the Irishman together on the stand. That says a lot about international sport.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the
That's the kind of spirit we've had all the way through these
of
games.
Portugal.
Mesdames, Messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour l'exécution de l'hymne national du Portugal.
The anthem of Portugal. Carlos Lopes, who won a silver medal in the 10,000 meters 8 years ago in Montreal. By the way, the three-tiered stand they stand on, you think of that as something ancient, but it isn't. It was introduced right here 52 years ago. following what you were saying, Peter, Great Britain and Ireland have actually been living side by side in the village. Too.
Yes. It is an absolutely beautiful evening in Los Angeles. All that heat that was so prevalent during the beginning of the marathon has now disappeared, and there's enough softness that has settled on the stadium.
The Department of the Interior has recommended that this Coliseum become a national historical landmark. Seems only fair, the only stadium in which 2 Olympics have been held. Started construction in 1923, but was used in 1932 for the games.
Take a look at John Treacy, Jim. There's a young man who shows us he's run 26 miles and all those yards.
Yes, he does. The applause hasn't stopped for those 3 athletes, none of them American.
That's Juan Antonio Samaran you see in the middle of the crowd now talking to them.
It won't be too long until the flag will be lowered and the flame will be extinguished. But much more comes before that. Faster, higher, stronger, the motto of the Olympics. Above the Olympic rings, the 2 huge message boards, which have worked very well in these games to give the people another view.
This is a little different, isn't it, Jim, from past Olympics? And past Olympics, I obviously mentioned that the marathon is finished here for the first time, but in previous Olympics, you always had